Vignette number 30 from Zen is Right Here, Teaching Stories and Anecdotes of Shunryu Suzuki. Shunryu Suzuki said during a talk that some of us wanted to be Zen masters and that this was very foolish. He said that he wished he was like us, just starting out. Maybe you think you are green apples hanging on a tree, waiting to ripen so that you can be Buddhas, he said. But I think you are already ripe, perfect Buddhas, now, ready to be picked. That came from Frank Anderton. He heard it at the Page Street City Center in San Francisco in 1970. You know, Suzuki taught us to practice without a goal, just to practice. If we had a goal like wanting to be a teacher or wanting to be enlightened, wanting to be a Buddha, it takes us away from ourselves, because the essence of Buddhism, with his understanding, was that we are already there. We just have to wake up to it. And it's not just his teaching, it's the teaching of many, many teachers and sects and schools of Buddhism. It's fundamental Buddhism, really. I just hate to speak for others because, you know, every religion it's just across the board, so many different interpretations. And you can get people who've studied Buddhism for many, many years, or you know, teachers and sects and this and that, who have a completely different approach, just like Christianity. And now one thing is that Suzuki didn't say that our way is the only true way, and that tends to be in Buddhism. The approach is very tolerant and accepting of other sects, teachers, paths, with some exceptions that I won't name right now. You know, when we practice without a goal, however, we can still have goals. Remember, there's always two sides. It's just how you take it, how you deal with it, where it sits in you. If you think, you know, I really like Zen, I really like this practice, I'd like to be a really good student and understand and then be able to teach it to others someday. I mean, after all, fundamental to Mahayana Buddhism is the Bodhisattva's vow, to awaken all beings. And if you look at Suzuki's history, he always wanted to have very sincere practice so that he could bring what he was learning to others. The way to do it, though, is not to be attached to it. If we're attached to this idea of becoming something else, if that's like our identity, then that will take us away from ourselves. And when I say take us away from ourselves, of course, I mean take us away from our no-self. However, if we just have the intention of doing that in the future, or a wish or a vow, that's okay. Everything depends on how you do it. And you might not want to be a teacher and just want to practice. That's fine too. So just remember, we are already ripe, perfect Buddhas now, ready to be picked. This has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm your host, DC Poobah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from Sleepy Sanur with Dogette Bandita and Feline Cuchita. And soon, we think, with dear lovely Katrinka. Wishing you and yours a grand awakening.